Hi, I'm Bob Calling with Market Trader Tao, and we're going to continue our discussion on chart pattern triangles. This is part 3 of the final parts of the triangle discussion. Now, we have talked about chart phase patterns, and we've talked about where you will find triangles, and we also have talked about the 5 phases of a chart. Now, the final triangles that we're going to talk about are what I call reversal triangles, and they look a lot different than the triangles that you saw in section 1 and 2. And these are usually found at the very top and the very bottom of a cycle. And they look quite a bit different, and we'll discuss that now. As you can see, you have your basic chart cycle. You have phase 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Well, a reversal triangle you will find developing the very top on phase 3, or you're going to find it at the bottom over here on phase 5. And they are going to be pointing. They will start to develop, and they'll sort of look like channels, but they will develop and they will point basically in the direction of the prevailing trend. Now this trend is going up, and of course this trend is going down, and when this pattern develops, you will see it, and it will develop in the same direction, or somewhat the same direction as the prevailing trend. Now the reason why these develop this way is because at the end of the cycle, the market is moving very, very fast and very, very quickly. And when you go into the final phase of the top, what happens is that you have a smaller version of the larger upward trend, and it moves fairly quickly. You've gone through, let's say, your triangle right here, and you've broken out to the upside, and now it's moving very, very quickly. And what will happen is you will start to see a accelerating triangle type pattern where the bottoms, the lows are higher and the highs are higher, and they're just moving up very, very quickly, and you will start to see that develop. And those patterns, you usually have the same type of overlapping as you do in a regular triangle, but the overlapping will be in an upward direction. And then at the very top, many times you'll see a spike. Something will spike up very, very high, and then it'll drop right back down, and then that's the beginning of your down phase. On the bottoms, also, when you go down to a lower, you're going into your lower chart pattern, you'll see the same thing start to develop. You'll see the first part and the second part, and sometimes this, what I call a reversal triangle, will develop. If you're going to see it, it's going to either develop on the second part of your down phase or at the bottom down here after you develop your second part of your down cycle. And it will look very much the same way. Now sometimes on these on the bottoms, they will, if you look at a clock, you're going to see on these type of patterns, you're going to see something that looks very much like a 1 o'clock position, maybe a 2 o'clock position, and tend to be on the higher side, and on the down pattern, you're going to be looking at something that's like a 4 o'clock position or a 5 o'clock position. Sometimes they'll be a little more 3:30-ish, you know, but they will definitely either be pointing down, down, or down. Occasionally you'll see one that points toward a flat or an upside. But these patterns are very quick, they're very fast. Usually they'll happen in a very profound way. It's very hard not to notice it. And they will have that same look. You'll have your down, and you'll have a correction, which will be your A, your B, C, D, E. Sometimes you'll get an F and a G on these before you see them continue, or actually they'll overshoot and then they'll reverse on you. And that's usually what you're going to find on these types of triangles. And you'll end up down here with sometimes A, a B, C, D, E, F, G. And then it will spike. You'll get a big spike right here, and then it'll take off in the other direction. And that's the bottom of your final triangle. That's it for triangles. I hope you've enjoyed the series, and we will be back with you shortly. And thank you very much.